Howdy, folks. Howdy, I'm Black Dragon, and welcome to another edition of Black Dragon Biker News Network. Biker news you can trust. You can trust because we're not fake news. We are Black Dragon Biker News Network. Biker news you can trust. You can trust. Biker news you can trust. You can trust. Biker news you can trust. Biker news you can trust. Anyway, holy moly, man. We wake up and there's no more abortion? I mean, just like that? Did they? Wow. Holy moly. Like, did that happen? Did they just like overturn 51 years of 51 yearness? Like that? Like, man, it hasn't been ruled out yet, says Papa Renegade. Bro, it's about as close. It ain't even, it can't get no closer. I like that though. I like that. Because, you know, you have to have that fighting spirit out there. It ain't over yet. I mean, that's what they're saying in Ukraine right now. It ain't over yet. You got it. David can slew Goliath. But I tell you what, it's on the ropes, bro. It's on the ropes. It would seem like somebody leaked a Supreme Court, which I think it should be. Like, I think what's that shit secret for? The whole thing, everything they do should be right on television, bro. Like, why do they get secrecy? You and I don't get to be secret. So why do they get secrecy over there? They get to be secret. We don't get to know what goes on in the Supreme Court. Okay, and this is Black Dragon. So don't go to your judge talking about, well, Black Dragon said. You'll get us both fined for distribution of court or something. But I think every court should be open to the public with cameras in it. Come on. Help me now. Yeah. Can't wait till I get a real audience sitting out there. I got y'all though. That I meant a real live audience. That's what I meant. But yeah, I mean, I woke up in the middle of the night and they were going on and on about it. And I was like, trying to, I got one of those old TVs with the rabbit ears. You guys don't know about that, but I'm trying to tune it in. And you guys know why rabbit ears don't work anymore, right? Because everything's digital. But anyway, I have digital rabbit ears now. But hey, it looks like they're getting ready to to pull the plug, man. And you know what? You might not like Donald Trump. You know, he's like Obama was, about 50-50, you know, which both of them were better than Biden, right? But you might not like Trump, but I gotta say that, I mean, is that a promise keeper for your ass? I mean, how many politicians actually gave what they promised, whether you like them or not? how many actually said, okay, I'm going to do that, and that's what got done? That guy said when he first came in, I'm going to change the Supreme Court to some cats that are going to get rid of COVID. I mean, that are going to get rid of abortion. He said that, along with Mexicans are bringing in their bad people. Remember that? And he said, I'm going to put on the court, and that's just what he did. He did exactly that. Like the guy or hate the guy, I think that everybody should require from here on out politicians that actually do what they say. Whether you like the guy or not, man, he batted in. He swung hit. What's that? Pitch hitted. He brought them suckers in, man. He brought all the people that don't love Trump are out like, well, how the shit did he do that? Because like he was not favored to win that election. Hillary had it. She had it. And you see, I guess she was Goliath. She was the most qualified person to ever run. One could argue, Secretary of State and wife of a president and a senator. Like, who's ever been Secretary of State, wife of a president and a senator too? Bro, she was supposed to knock that thing down. Your boy came in and now we don't have Roe v. Wade anymore. Well, we still have it. June or July. Here's what I want my bikers to do. I know I'm not on the subject at hand yet, but here's what I want you guys. I want y'all to be careful. There's going to be some pissed off people out here. I don't know. I could be wrong, but hell, you might see in this country going forward, you might see riots bigger than the Rodney King riots, bigger than all the riots of 2020 combined. You might see a real war between the left and the right. We don't even have to worry about Russia right now. We ain't got to worry about China. They're just sitting back laughing. We have become so divided in this country. The next dirty bomb might not come from any government at all. The next cyber attack might come from right inside of here. We got to be careful. We got to be looking left and right now. You got to be looking at your neighbors like, just calm down, bro. Just calm down. Elections have consequences. Calm down. You guys had your way for a while. Now, these guys over here are going to have their way for a while. It ain't that serious. I'm so done with politics, politicians and liars and cheats. And when they're not kissing babies, they're stealing the babies. They're stealing the babies' lollipops. Yeah, I know, man. I know. They just need Black Dragon as president. Someone said, they just need me. I'm afraid I might become corrupted. I mean, I've never, like Joe Biden was about to sell his house to keep his son alive because his son got cancer and everything. And he went to Barack Obama and said, I'm going to sell my house. And Barack Obama said, no, don't sell your house. I'm going to give you a loan. I got plenty. He just signed a $10 million deal for a book, The Audacity of Hope. So, Biden went from you're going to sell his house to now he's worth what? $100 million or something like that. Like, how do you do that in 2 years? How do you do that? I'm going to let you guys know. I'm going to let you guys know if I can change my wealth status, I might become corrupt too. Y'all might not like the Black Dragon. Black Dragon, what is black and white? That airplane that I was going to buy looks nice. I don't know what black and white is anymore, friends. But I promise you this. You wouldn't like me anymore. You'd be like, what happened to our boy? What happened to him? Black Dragon's not the same. He used to say I'm a biker, not a choir boy, but I never said I'm a biker, not a politician. You can fly to Epstein's Island, and I heard they had all kind of fine girls over there. Fine girls, I like girls, not little girls. Hold on, let me take that back. Not little girls. I like women, but man, these people are, Pelosi is over in Ukraine laundering more money for her son and family. Man, let me tell you something, man. We do need a biker in the White House. We need a biker in the White House. This is crazy, man. This is crazy. But I want y'all to be careful, honestly. All jokes aside, this country is a match fume away from a volatile explosion. And it ain't going to be from the other outside. It ain't going to be from Russia or Prussia or the Middle East. Well, they ain't blown up a damn thing over here in years and years. They don't have to. Best thing for them to do is just sit back and watch us implode. We don't like each other. We don't like each other here. We don't want nobody coming in from outside the borders. We don't. Rights don't like lefts. Lefts don't like right. Colored races don't like each other. And now we're fighting with the alphabet folks, the LGB, all the numbers, QT, LGBTQ. Nobody likes anybody here. And bikers don't like bikers. Now we act like we are the last bastion of society. We are the biggest, baddest bros. We got this country. We don't need to worry about the UN coming in here. We don't need to worry about none of that because we bikers, we got it. We are the last bastion of society, yet we can't even get along. Club to club, bro. We just had two of the most esteemed, well-known, Big Four 1%ers get into a battle with a couple brothers left dead on the pavement. And it's sad. Because if we can't get along as bikers, Does this country, does it have a last stand? Is there a last line of defense for us? Are we doomed to go in the way of Rome? Not even 1,000 years do we get. We don't even get a 1,000 years. I think Rome got like, didn't they get 2,000? 1,000 of incline and 1,000 of decline or something? They, I don't know all of those numbers, but you, my people, y'all know everything. So, moving into the business, we had a couple guys killed not too long ago, a few days ago in Knoxville, Tennessee. Authorities are continuing to investigate the shooting that occurred Friday night in North Knoxville. I believe that was last Friday. According to the Knoxville Police Department, during the preliminary investigation, they found that a fight broke out in the parking lot of the Hatmaker's Bar and Grill, and shots were fired. The shots resulted in the death of a member of the Outlaws Motorcycle Club and a member of the Pagans Motorcycle Club. The article calls them two outlaw motorcycle gangs. We call them OMCs, outside outlaw motorcycle clubs. The other two men, one a member of the Outlaws and one a member of the Pagans, were taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. While KPD officers were on the scene, they were told that another man, unknown if he was affiliated with one of the clubs, went to Caliborn Medical Center with at least one gunshot wound. KPD said it was reported that the victim fled the scene and drove himself to the hospital for treatment, which is what I tried to do when I was shot. I mean, you're driving and you're scared. I wound up crashing, but I've been there. Where he was then airlifted. See, there you go. He was then airlifted to UT Medical Center for his non-life-threatening injuries. But they had to be pretty bad, though. So no suspects have been arrested at that time. Anyone with any information is urged. And, I doubt there will be any suspects because, clubs don't talk. You're not, in this situation, no one is going to be like, well, yeah, officer, I'll fully comply. I would not expect to see that in this case. These are the big clubs. These are the top four. These are the big ones. But we don't want to see them get down. So the next article that comes, and so here's where it gets interesting because, okay, let me go back here. So what happens is, I'm going to show you how this starts to erupt. So in this next article, so that article happened a few days ago. So this is the article that happened several hours ago. They brought this one in. So now they've identified the guys, a couple of the guys. So we'll go to that article now. Show that article, guys. So Knoxville, Tennessee, Knoxville Police investigators on Monday. Is that today? What is today? Today's Tuesday. So yesterday, identified the two victims in the fatal shooting that occurred Friday night in the parking lot of a North Knoxville bar. KPD, Knoxville Police Department, says Kenneth Burgett, 46 years old. Oh my God, man. I'm 59. I would not have wanted to die at 46. There's still a whole 20 more. years. There's a whole, well, almost, however, whatever the math is, 10 more years of stuff I've seen. These guys are babies to me. Patrick Petty, 30 years old. 30 years old. Lost a 46-year-old and 30-year-old young men. Of Harrogate, Tennessee, Kenneth Burgett of Knoxville, Patrick Petty, 30 of Harrogate, Tennessee, were shot and killed in a conflict believed to have involved two motorcycle clubs at the Hatmaker's Bar and Grill off Tazewell Pike. Two young men gone. These were good people to somebody. These were loved people to somebody. They're gone. KPD also says a 36-year-old man and a 28-year-old man were found on the scene suffering from non-life-threatening gunshot wounds, plus a 30-year-old man that arrived at the hospital center that we talked about who drove himself there. No suspects have been arrested or charged, and the investigation is continuing. And that's going to be because just absolutely nobody's going to say anything, which is our culture. That's what we come from. During the preliminary investigation, KPD said they believe a fight broke out in the parking lot of Hatmaker's Bar and Grill and shots were fired. I wish we could get back to just fighting. Just throwing them blows, bro. Catch a few in the gut, one across the eye, maybe lose a tooth. You get to go home. We don't do that no more. Nowadays, it's like we can't, no one can take an ass whooping. And we are so full of this anger. And it's hard to know where it comes from. Maybe we're just walking around anger filled. We're looking at all this stuff, all the political stuff, all the racial stuff, all the financial stuff. But we're depending on the strength of our societies, our motorcycle club societies. A lot of us think that's the last bastion. That's where we'll run to when the things go bad. That's our prepper plans for some of us. So during the preliminary investigation, the fight broke out. They got into it. They were fist fighting, and then shots were fired. There are multiple. So the shots resulted in the death of a member of the Outlaws and a member of the Pagans, and the two outlaw. And you know how the article's going to do. They start throwing that gang word around, and that's the word that, of course, helps them do this. So here's the next article, and so here's where the fallout falls. We don't feel safe, neighbors say. We want change. So that's this next article here. This is the thing. This is the thing. Here's the thing. It's called the fallout. There's more fallout than we got to bury two brothers. There's more fallout than that. And this is the fear that we have to have. Because we don't fear each other. We don't fear each other. We don't fear shooting each other. We don't fear burying each other. We're not afraid of that. So the fear, I think, should come in the realization that the laws will start to be passed to get rid of us and our entire way of life. And it starts with these kind of articles. We don't feel safe in the neighborhood. We want change. Well, what change could you possibly want? What change? I can't ride my motorcycle anymore. Well, we see the change that they wanted over. And I always say, we see that change in a place like Australia. Australia will that we see the change there. And more and more and more and more, we see the push for those kind of changes. So what does this article say? After 2 people were killed in a suspected biker gang conflict Friday night, those who live in the area say they want more to be done to keep the area safe. We want more. We want more to be done to keep the area safe. Knoxville Police said 46-year-old Kenneth Burgett of Knoxville and 30-year-old Patrick Petty of Harrogate. It's important to say those names. Those were a couple of people. Those were club brothers. It's important not to forget those people. One of the toughest things for me as a national president was to tell somebody that a family member that I was responsible for had passed away. It was tough, man. It's tough. Anyway, they were killed in a fight at Hatmaker's Bar and Grill, North Knoxville, on Friday night. 3 others were hurt. It becomes a nuisance to our neighborhood, said one person who lives near the bar and grill, who did not want to be identified because he's terrified, right? We don't feel safe, he said. According to police records, there have been several 911 calls and 1 other citation regarding shootings at the Hatmaker's Bar and Grill over the past 5 years. And if you're trying to have a bar and grill, that's one way to get it shut down. One woman who lives in the neighborhood nearby said she was home when she heard the commotion down the street. All of a sudden, we were watching TV and I heard several rounds of gunshots, she explained. About that time, I looked out my door and there were policemen everywhere. Deanna Lewis takes her son to physical therapy. Oh my God. Well, they're pouring it on. You know, we got to take our son to physical therapy and walk past that bar. It's just horrible. You got to take away the place those bikers have to go because they're not doing it. And that's what they're doing. You see it. I'm not making it up. All of a sudden, we were watching TV and we heard several rounds of gunshots. I'm surprised you didn't get. We hit the floor and grabbed our heads and puckered our behinds up for our very lives. Deanna Lewis takes her son to physical therapy right next door. I think they're trying to say next door, and they said right next store. Right next door. It actually, if you say next store, it sounds like next door, doesn't it? Right next door. You guys just thought I said right next door, didn't you? But I said right next store. Right next store. Right next door to Hatmakers. I think they're trying to say right next door, or to the store right next to the Hatmakers. She's got to take her son to physical therapy there. But physical therapy is like from 9 to 5, right? The bar is from like 6. Who gets to a bar at 5? There might be some overlap. Maybe, they're getting out at 5, right when the people are getting to the bar at 5. She may be in danger over there at Hatmakers. Next store to Hatmakers. At 23 weeks, her son was diagnosed with cerebral palsy. You guys got to be kidding me here. What's this got to do? At 23 weeks, you guys know I didn't read the whole article before. At 23 weeks, her son was diagnosed with cerebral palsy. So he has a lot of therapy that he's got to go to, that he's got to do. OT, TP, speech, said Lewis. So I don't know what OT or TP are. I can imagine speech therapy is, therapeutic speech working. I don't know what TP and OT are. You guys know. You guys are my audience. You know everything. But anyway, so she said they want to continue their therapy sessions there. Here it goes. I see the tie now. They want to continue their therapy sessions there, but incidents like this one has her concern for her child's safety. That the big bad motorcycle clubs are threatening, as they had to, and I'm adding this, lay on the floor during the shootout, fearing for their lives. She said this is happening in the open parking lot where we can be traveling from our cars into therapy or from out. See, I told you. I told you. I told you there was some overlap. I told you. And so she's terrified, she says. And I'm making a little light of it, but this is the fallout. This is absolutely the fallout. Police said Friday's deadly shooting was gang-related. Knox County District Attorney General Charmin Allen said they are aware of motorcycle gangs in the Knoxville area and have a task force dedicated to gang crime. So by having that focus group of individuals, they're really able to know the local gang culture. She said, I guess this is Charm. This is Charm. Maybe her name is Charm Allen. I thought it was a male. Attorney General Charm Allen. By having that focus group of individuals, they're really able to know the local gang culture, she said. People shouldn't be concerned, but aware of their surroundings. If you see anything that you find alarming, especially of a criminal nature, then you should report that. Neighbors say, we want more done, man. We want more. I want to see that bar go. It needs to be shut down. And I've done this many, many years. I've had motorcycle clubs shut down. When they start this talk, it's only a matter of time before the police start cracking down. Release the Kraken. They be a Kraken. So this is the fallout. This is what happens. They have this focus group of individuals that are going to release the Kraken on your ass. I want to see that bar go. It needs to be shut down. The Knoxville Police Department is asking for help as officers continue investigating the case. If you have any information about the shooting, you are asked to call the East Tennessee Valley Crime Stoppers at 865-215-7165. 865-215-7165 if you have any information. So, that's what's going on there. And so we could see any number of a few things. You can see the retaliation, the war could be on, the summer's getting hot, it ain't even summer yet. Or there may be a sit down and things die away for a little while, whatever the case may be. But other channels are talking about this. There absolutely has to be some peace in the streets, as they say. There's got to be some kind of if we are the last line of defense of this country. Everybody thinks they're the last line. Like, you got all these groups all over the place. Everybody's got a group. And every one of these groups has some guns and stuff, some food set up in a warehouse somewhere. But the fact of the matter is, if we devolve into some sort of devolvation of society, we're just going to run to our tribe. Those of us that have tribes, you got to watch Black Summer, man. Black Summer, Netflix, Black Summer. That is the most ice cold-blooded zombie movie I've ever seen in my life. And it shows a lot of what would happen if society devolved. And you got to imagine that society can devolve pretty quickly. Just look over at the Ukraine. I mean, that's one of the most publicized wars in terms of media coverage. It's even, better covered than it was in Vietnam. In Vietnam, you had to wait for the 5 o'clock news. For those of you who my age and remember, you couldn't just pull it up on your phone. I was around people that before there was a cell phone, before there were cell phones. And with these cell phones, bro, you've never seen a war more publicized. And some of the things that just are absolutely stunning to me. I've thought about what I would do in times of catastrophe. Go hide out in the woods, build me a shelter. I can eat off the land. You ain't eating off a damn thing if they're just dropping bombs on you. Yeah, you never, that just never figures into the prepper figure box. You pull your sheet out. Yeah, man, you check off your list. And nowhere in there is bombs raining down for weeks and weeks. You can't live off the land if the land is blowing up around you. Nowhere on my list is wade through landmines. My list is weak as hell, bro. I don't know about your list. My list needs help. Well, one thing we know, we're going to need each other. You guys can F around and let the society break down if you want to. It ain't going to be pretty for nobody. And know a lot of you guys are sitting around on your stores and your N95 masks, and you think all I'm going to do is wait everyone out. Well, you better go look at that Black Summer. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Unless you got you a bunker 15 feet underground with solid 7-inch concrete. I don't know what you're going to do. We better hold this thing together. Jamin Rooney says, you really think you're an old man, don't you, Black Dragon? We all remember that, bro. Let it go. Cut it out. Tia says, you're always trying to be so old, like you're so older than everyone. Stop it. Daredevil said, plenty of meat to scavenge if you're willing. Off of one another. I can guarantee I'm eating y'all before any of y'all eat me. Brian Larson says, judgment is upon the land. I think it could be, bro. So I don't want to see these clubs fight more than because it ruins our reputation and they don't like us and you guys are going to ruin it for us all. That's all just a bunch of mumbo jumbo. Just like when you read about, all this other stuff that goes on in the country, it hasn't ruined it for anybody else. It's not going to ruin it for us. But one thing is for certain, there's change going on in this country. And a lot of this change is coming from the inside of how we hate ourselves, how we hate one another. Can't stand the guy next to me. And we're going to see some tough time. We keep pushing each other's buttons. This whole thing with this getting rid of Roe v. Wade is something that folks have been trying to do since it happened in 1973. And other folks, this is a issue that is going to divide this country even further. And we might have to see ourselves dealing with it. You may see, and you might not, but you may see marches and chaos like you've never seen before. And we need our unity, especially among clubs. Morning Black Dragon, remember, tough times create hard people create easy times create soft people. We are in an area of transitioning to soft people, which means hard times are coming to toughen our asses back up again. Yeah, I think so. I that's fair. We have the power, says Michael Hibbs, to stop our or accelerate the current situation. A lot of this is the power from within. Deal with self first, then with others. Bob Dylan lyrics, says Brian Wilson. Don't need a weatherman to know which way the wind blows. Sometimes you're like, didn't they say the wind was blowing south by southeast? This feels like a northerly wind to me. We don't need these folks fighting because we don't need to be fighting. We're going to need each other to get through some of these times. You know how close we are to nuclear war. I mean, these guys never talk about launching nukes. You got Putin talking about, I just need one provocation, yo, and I'm going to let them fly. I'm releasing the Kraken on y'all's ass. They don't even talk like that. They're up in a space station talking to each other crazy, like, hey, look, man. No, let's just keep it cool. You know, we are 5,000 feet above the earth. Let's just keep it cool. Can't use our toilet. Yours broke down. We got some crazy stuff going on. Crazy stuff. North Korea rattling. Somebody said that. Rattling its sabers. China's rattling their sabers. And our sabers are being rattled from inside. We got to have someplace we can turn. And for those of us in this culture, we believe that we'll be able to turn to each other. We can't do that if we are at a constant fit of war and rage among each other. We have to straighten this out. And we're counting on our big brothers to lead the way. We're counting on the leading of the way to come from y'all. You're the ones with the power to do so. Everyone will fall in lockstep with the power move. So whatever beefs got to be put aside for the greater good. I would take care of Russia the way Patton wanted to, yet that would cause a war, and we don't need more war. We need each other. Yeah, Patton had his act together in a lot of ways. There have always been those visionaries that could see the writing on the wall, but they were not politicians. And we allow ourselves to be led by politicians. But they did hire a guy last presidential term that was not a politician. And that guy shook the foundations damn near down, like Samson knocked that whole building down by pushing, at least the movies, in the movies, he pushed them 2 columns apart and all hell broke loose. So I don't know. That's, my 2 cents today. I would like to know that we have some kind of a future. Sounds to me like it's time to stop the bar hopping and stay to the clubhouses with invite only and writing before it's all taken away from us. Most all clubhouses have their own bars on site. Keep it out of the public eyes. Everyone has a phone with a camera nowadays. Just a thought. Yeah, we do keep hearing about this, and it happens at some bar somewhere. And I did think we all had clubhouses. At least all the big clubs have clubhouses. And we got clubhouses all over, the country. I'm talking about my motorcycle club now. We got clubhouses all over the country, just sprinkled here and there. Like we could actually hang out at each other's garages. We got, you could put a stripper pole in there. Have you some honeys drop by for those guys that ain't married? Have our own island of hizzos doing the thing, Have biker races outside, in the parking lot. Yeah. Doing our, how y'all know how we do. How we used to do. We've gotten away from that. Somebody sent me a super chat. Thank you, Jammin. Was trying to get my 2 cents, but these days, $5 is more like 2 cents. Thank you, my bro. He's trying to give his 2 cents, but a little inflation. Was not that the original point? Miss Tia wouldn't like that, Big Black Dragon. Let me tell you what, Miss Tia knows exactly what she has over here. I crack up at Tia sometimes, a little off subject, but when I got my stripper stage, when I leased this the Dragon's Lair, the landlord had it looks like a stage, maybe a church or something. He had this stage. It's an octagon, and it's about 3.5, 4 feet tall, and it's carpeted, and it's a stage. And I saw that damn stage in the. He had a container on the property, and I looked and I saw that stage, and I was like, oh hell. We got a stripper stage in the Dragon's Lair. Yes, sir. So I tell the landlord I want that. And he's like, well, let me think about it. My ass. I rolled that thing into my office. Into the Dragon's Lair immediately. And those of you guys have been to my Dragon's Lair. You've seen it. And so I rolled it in there, put it down. Landlord told me a few days later or something, yeah, you can have that thing. Dude, I had that thing when I saw it. Okay. So I got it set in there, and I put the couches around it, like in a circle, a big square, like it's its own pit of iniquity there. So Tia walks in and she starts screaming at me. What the hell is the F is that? It's a damn stripper stage. You got a stripper stage? That's for strippers? I know what the hell's looks like this is getting ready to be the end of us. I said, honey, what the hell are you talking about? That's a table. What the hell? It's a table. That's a damn table. Are you serious? She looks at me like this. That ain't no damn table. I said, it's a table, honey. It's a table with carpet on it. They make all kind of tables out there. And we got all the things around it. And she goes, oh, so there's not a pole's not going to appear out of that thing? I said, honey, you can look at it. There's no secret button and a pole comes up. So the father of the Black Sabbath Nation comes to visit. He always comes and hangs out with me. He came to visit for a couple weeks. And so we're sitting in there chilling out in the Dragon's Lair. And I asked the father, Tia comes in, and I asked the father, I said, hey, where did you put my, whatever it was, my blower or whatever it was I was looking for? And the father goes, oh, it's right over there on the stripper stage. And Tia walks in as he says this, and she looks at me and she says, table, huh? And I looked at the father like, man, can you shut up? It was horrible. So anyway, Roden says Lee 1%er, GBNF, and Smoke 1%er, get well soon. Support your local outlaws. It's a black and white world. Everyone else just lives in it. So people are very, very hurt out there. And we pray for all folks involved. Anyway, let me tell you guys, it's a long summer coming. And let's try to get a little bit of love and healing and peace and understanding in it. Anyway, I'm Black Dragon. That's my 2 cents. We just hate to see pain and hurt within our community. Just hate to see it. And we hate to see these very young people, gone. It's very painful. Okay. What else? I've done good today. I've kept up with everybody. I've kept up with everybody's comments today. So, oh my, look at that. We're right at an hour, so it's about time to get out of here. Black Dragon, are you going to Tampa? No. What's going on in Tampa? Am I behind the? When is Tampa? Is that the? You got to tell me about it. I might go. Wait, I might go. Don't know. Hit me up, Vernon. Let me know what's going on. I haven't talked to you in a while, man. So, Lissa Lay says, she's one of my moderators, says, my thoughts and prayers for everyone suffering with this incident. Absolutely. That's exactly how we feel on the show. Where's your tea, Black Dragon? My tea's right here, bro. Right here. May 28th weekend in Tampa. I might come down there because I'm not doing nothing. Oh, the Big Sell event. I got to talk to Sell. Is it that coming up that soon? Holy moly. I didn't even realize. I've been running ads for Big Sell on that. So that people will attend it. Let me see if I have that ad up. For those of you who don't know, there's an event in Tampa that Big Sell from Fast Harleys Only is running. And I have been running ads on that every couple of days. Of course, this would be the day that I don't have his ad running. So what we will do tomorrow is definitely talk about his Tampa thing. And matter of fact, I think we'll have Big Sell come on the show to talk about his Tampa thing. So that we're making sure to support him the entire way, because I don't have that to pull since I didn't set it up. Rats, that sucks. I normally have my stuff right up here. Nope. Man, okay. Anyway, that's that. Okay. My 2 cents. Love to hear your 2 cents in the comment section below. Thanks for tuning in and get skinny in. Get the book as well. All right. Take care. Peace. Prepare yourself to take the helm as president of your mighty motorcycle club by delving into the pages of Black Dragon's newest book, The President's Bible, Chronicle 1, Principles of Motorcycle Club Leadership. There you will learn to advance your skills in applying the 14 scientific principles of leadership similar to those taught to officers in the United States Naval Service. Available in hardcover, paperback, and ebook. Get yours today on Amazon, Kindle, or order it at your local bookstore. Order your autographed copy from blackdragonsgear.com. Be the best motorcycle club president you can be. Get the book. Okay, here. Let's prepare yourself this out real quick. You know, I've been talking about my hero soap. I wanted to show you guys. Here's my empty bag of my hero soap. I actually use this stuff. I'm going to do a commercial with me in the shower. You guys will like that, won't you? Won't you guys like seeing me in the shower? I'm going to have a model with me. You know, some sort of maybe 2 or 3 models around me. I don't know if you guys remember the commercials that used to have Joe Namath in them. Great balls of comfort with Noxzema. You remember those commercials? Are you guys old enough for that? Where he had these models around him. He's in the shower and he's got this Noxzema cream. Yeah, so I'm gonna do me some. You guys want to see me naked, right? So anyway, this Hero Soap Company, I use this stuff. They sent it to me. I used it, and it's awesome stuff. And what I like about it, and you know, I'll just be kind of cool with this, is that it's manly. It smells good. They got all kinds of soaps. They've got lavender and all these kind of manly smells. Peppermint tea tree, peppermint cool, spearmint. The woods. They have body washes now, which is new for them. They didn't have the body washes when they first contacted me, but they got them now. What I like about these folks is that they give a percentage of their sales back to charities that are focused on helping veterans and first responders. So that's, they say, we want to thank you for helping us support our veterans. So if you, and first responders. So if you buy some of this soap, they're going to send, you can get a subscription. That's the other thing. You can get a soap subscription, like you can get a razor blade subscription. And if you buy their soap, a few things happen. One, they send, you get some soap to wash your ass. They get some money, that part of it they're going to give to veterans and first responders. And if you use the discount code Black Dragon, which is what we're hoping you use, they will give a percentage to us as well, which keeps the show supported. So good on them, good on you, good on us. And of course, you guys know I love these rings. My sister accused me of having demonic rings. How you gonna accuse me? She told me she was terrified of my rings, and she said each ring was more demonic than the one that I would previously put on. Each one was more terrifying than the previous one. And I don't understand how she could say that about my rings. My rings are cool. You know, you gotta have some cool rings if you're you know, these are my rings, man. So if you like rings, like I like rings, biker rings, you can go here to Gothic Rings, gthic.com. Just like with the soap company, if you use your discount code of Black Dragon, you get you a very cool discount, 20% in this case. I like the Medusa ring, man. They got some very cool rings here. They got Masonic rings, you know. So use these folks. They got pewter and all kinds of stuff, silver, actual silver in these rings, and they've got stainless steel rings. Man, their rings are the bomb. I like them. I wear them. So get you some. Get you some, man. Get you some.
You are fake news.
Black Dragon Biker News Network. Biker news you can trust.
Biker news you can trust.
Biker news you can trust. Biker news you can trust.